has a back injury. And I know that freaks some people out. I understand. You don't have to be freaked out. This is a different type of injury. This is not a disc or vertebraic injury. It is a ligament issue in his back. And so it is just fundamentally different than most other back.
So this gentleman, I don't know who he is, and I certainly don't mean to be mean. It's obviously some sort of sports analyst, maybe specifically for the Packers, has no idea about the body, right? Is talking way out of turn above his pay grade. No idea what's going on here. Oh, it's just a ligament. This isn't disc related. We don't have to worry about that. Do we understand that everything in the back is connected? And that this is actually one of the more controversial topics among physicians? These are the people who deal with this type of issue, right? An L4, L5 facet joint sprain. You could have a PM&R doctor. You can have an orthopedist. You might just be sent to physical therapy from your primary care physician. You might go to a sports medicine doctor, and they all might tell you to do something different, okay? It depends on the level. It depends on what's going on. Usually it's rest and relief and go through some physical therapy. Then it could be an IA, an intra-articular injection. It could be a medial branch block. It could be steroids. There are so many different things, so many different avenues that you can go to. There's a lot of science behind this, and a lot of it is competing science. We've seen studies that have come out that have said, well, something like facet joint issues then in turn can cause disc degeneration. Before the previous thoughts, before those studies, was that always the disc degeneration caused the facet joint injuries. Some people think both things can happen at the same time, but they're not causal necessarily. There's a lot that's going on here, right? Not to mention that this could lead to spondy, essentially, right? There's going to be osteophytes developing. Who knows what could happen next? So yeah, having an L4, L5. If somebody came to me, right? I'm not a physician. I'm a corrective exercise specialist and a personal trainer with 30,000 hours experience. If someone came to me, my wife's a sports medicine doctor though. If somebody came to me and said, name one thing you shouldn't do having this injury, you know what I would say? Don't go into extension. And you know the worst way to go into extension? Definitely don't let 300-pound men, some of the strongest men in the world who bench 225 40 times, push you as hard as they can into extension. That would be a bad idea. This is not just a small injury. This is not a big deal. In fact, I believe that Dallas knew that this was happening, right? Their medical staff looked at him and said, if you MRI him now, you're not going to see anything wrong, right? You're not going to see spondy, but it can develop, right? He had at some point this acute injury. It's not healing right. It's been weeks because of his position, because he's a 9 tech. If you don't know anything about football and you know what a 9 tech does, they're always in extension, right? I'm not bull rushing that much. I'm always trying to extend my arm out, and I'm always getting pushed backwards by those linemen. So because he's a 9 tech, because of that injury, because it wasn't healing, because of the potentials for it, and because of all the different physicians and the areas in the medical space that disagree on what this could become, it makes perfect sense that Dallas got rid of him. And Dallas won this trade, and this back is or could be a big deal. And to poo-poo it and not have any experience in working with people or understanding what this issue is not a good look for this guy.